Hello everybody! Welcome back to Dark Souls 2 with Flik the Mage. Almost messed that up there. And this is the beginning of the end. And you might be thinking, where the hell am I? Well, I'm in Brightstone Cove in the arena where I fought the Duke's dear Freya. I also have a new shield. I picked this up in the last part in Dragon Shrine just after picking up the petrified egg. And I didn't pay any attention to it because I just thought it was a throwaway shield. Turns out it was a straight up increase over the one I was using, in terms of fire defense, magic defense and poison defense. So there was absolutely no harm in equipping it. So that's the reason I've changed the shield. Plus it has quite a nice decal. And behind me I'm hiding the reason that I came back here. So we turn the camera slightly. What is that? Stalagmite or tite? I can never remember which is the one that grows out rather than grows down. Well, it's been made from the slaver dripping out of the petrified remains of Seath the Scaleless, who I assume to be Seath the Scaleless. The reason I've come here is it's one of the optional places you can go to use the Ashen Mist that we got from the Ancient Dragon. This has no bearing on the main story really, but I think it's really interesting because you get to see into the past of Seath the Scaleless. Specifically, you get to see the time when the dragons ruled the world before the first flame. So the world is grey and dark and dank, and I was terrified when I realised you could come here because I thought I was going to have to fight with a proper dragon in its prime. Turns out you don't. You just come here to pick up an optional item that you can use to craft some weapons if you want. It's a boss soul technically, even though it's not a boss. But you also get to look at the world when it was ruled by dragons, and it's pretty weird. So yeah, we'll just enjoy this for a minute or so while I run towards this dead dragon in the distance, or maybe it's Seath's molted skin, I'm not entirely sure. Either way, this is what the world looked like before flame was invented and people fought back against the dragons, and people have laid messages here. Gorgeous view, I'll rate that up, yeah. So the way the Ashen Mist works, we can go into the memories of the petrified giants scattered throughout Forest of Fallen Giants. Yeah. That's what we came here for, the Ancient Dragon's soul. So it should just make us leave, right? Oh, I have to examine it again. There we go. That's all we came there for. That's the real soul of the phony one that's at the top of Dragon Shrine. That's actually just a golem, I think, because when you kill it, you get a soul of the giant. So yes, as I was saying, the Ashen Mist that we got from the so-called Ancient Dragon in Dragon Shrine. What am I doing? I'm using my feather, please. Thank you. We use that on the giants who are petrified and turned into trees scattered throughout Forest of Fallen Giants, and we go into their memories. There's one in particular behind a door that requires the King's seal that will forward the story and actually activate the finale. But there's also a little bit of fluff and stuff we can do on the side. Plus I think it's really interesting going into the memories of the giants because we get to see the war between the king, the queen and the giants when they invaded Dranlik. And I find that really interesting. You may not, but I want to have a little look. I want to do things right. Plus it also gets us some help for what is the final boss between us and the actual final boss, if you get what I mean. So we're going all the way back to kind of almost where it began, to the Forest of Fallen Giants. We'll go to the Cardinal Tower bonfire first. Wait, let me think about this. Yes, we'll go to this one first. And I think our first port of call is going to be where the Pursuer was. And there's two reasons I want to go there. One, because we'll meet Benhart in the real world, and then we'll go into the past and meet another NPC that we can have a little conversation with about the time of the giants. So this may be the final part of the playthrough. Or I think what I may do, because I'm not sure how much time I actually have to record right now. I'm expecting a distraction coming at any second here. Where am I going? Where am I going? Pursuer's down here. So I may save the actual finale and credits and ending for one part after this. There's two reasons. One, because if you've been watching the playthrough up to this point, but you kind of draw the line at seeing the ending, then fair enough. That would separate it so you wouldn't miss much. And also, it would round this. Have I not killed these guys? Well, I must have killed them until the point they despawned. Plus, it would round the series off at 30 parts, and I like when a series is a nice full number like that. It would bug me if it was 29 or 31 parts. Oh, right. There's no enemy there. I've killed these guys until they don't respawn. Whoops. Let's push on then. And Benhart should just be beyond. By the way, get used to the layout, the lay of the land for this area, as the boss we're going to fight is actually right here, but in the past. We kind of have to run across this rampart, and I'm not looking forward to it as a squishy mage because there's some bullshit ballista that fire like giant balls of fire onto this place as you run. And on my like super tough melee build, they were almost one-shotting me. Now, granted, I might have better fire defense now that I think about it. In fact, maybe I should equip a fire or defense ring. I'll decide when we get to the boss fight. Anyway, we're going to have one final conversation with Benhart of the present day.
Well, we meet again. What are you doing here? Who'd have thought we'd meet in a place like this? Fate just won't let us stay apart, will she? See, the old sword's caught your attention. Well, you've a good eye then. That has been in my family for generations. They say it is crafted with moonlight. And we all know what that means. It wards off evil. And I wouldn't trade her for all the riches in the world. It's said that no man has ever teased out the sword's true power. But in the right hands. I see you've taken a liking to the sword. Well, I applaud you, for you've a sharp eye. But this is one sword, pal. I wouldn't be giving up. If you still insist on having it, then you will have to pry it from my cold hands.
And then we kill Benhart. Not really. If you kill Benhart, I will come for you. I will invade your world and I will smash your head in with magic. So, if you make Benhart survive 3 of the 5, I think, boss fights you can summon him for, as long as one of them is the boss that we're going to kill in this part, he will actually give you a copy of his gear and his sword in the past. Now, depending on what you read in some places, it might just say, oh, have him survive at least 3 boss fights with you. That's not true. This happened with CR's brother Maz when he was playing it. You have to make sure Benhart survives the fight against the boss we're going to be killing, which is the Giant Lord. And I'll go into more detail about that once we get a bit closer to the actual fight itself. Now, the reason we've jumped into this memory is we're going to talk to another NPC, I think, if I've picked the right one. I may have picked the wrong one. All these little aside memory... Oh no, Benhart's in this one. We're going to speak to him again. All these little asides, they're memory of, and then Giant's name. You've got about 5 minutes, I think. Hang on a minute. Benhart should be standing right here. What the hell? Why isn't Benhart here? Have I missed a step? Huh. That's weird. Or maybe I have to fight the Giant Lord first, but I thought I had to talk to him here to make him appear as a NPC summon for the fight. Let me just check over here. Unless I need to go speak to the other NPC first. Yeah, there's a lot of nasty stuff happening through there. Oh, the frame rate tanks when the giants fight with the soldiers, that's for damn sure. Well, we'll push on through his memory a little bit. The goal of each memory, aside from the one with the boss, which the boss is obviously the main thing in that memory. Of these other memories, what can you do? You can collect some items. You can see some giants kicking absolute ass. You can also find dead giants. Why did that not pierce him? You can find dead giants, very specific dead giants. They have like purple blood spewing out of their stomach, and you get giant souls from them. And the reason you want those is the more of those you have in your inventory, the more damage you do to Venric in his optional fight. So there's 4 memories in total, so you can get 4 souls. You can actually get a 5th by killing the ancient dragon, and with all 5 you'll be doing full damage to Venric when you hit him. If you only have 4, you'll be doing half, and if you have less than that, you're basically doing nothing worth using. So I really shouldn't be dilly-dallying. As I said, we have a time limit here, but I can't remember what's in these chests and whatnot. If I remember rightly, that Far's Lockstone is pointless because oh, speaking of traps. Bastard chest. Soul of a Hero times 3, each one of those is 10 or 20 grand, so that's at least 1 level. Yeah, that makes that thing shoot buzzsaw things out at you, so we're not going to do that. We're going to go up into the ramparts and fight with some giant pyromancers, and they are vicious. They are just deadly. I'm still not sure why Benhart isn't here, because I could have sworn I came here first last time and Benhart was here. It's maybe because I didn't summon him for the fight against the Magus and his congregation, because I didn't realise he was there until after the fact. Now, if you make the same mistake as I do and say you've missed Benhart in one of the fights, you can go the route of using a bonfire arsenic to respawn the area, but keep in mind the area will be respawned at 1 above the difficulty setting you're currently on. So if you're on New Game, it will spawn at New Game Plus. If you're on New Game Plus, it'll be Plus Plus. And that carries over after you finish the game. So that's why I don't want to do it. Oh, yeah, you're coming for me. That hit twice. No way, no, the ballista behind him hit. Okay, that was my own fault because I had my binoculars out. Now the biggest, baddest giants, which are very similar to the ones that were guarding the Forgotten Key, their attacks are all unblockable. Don't try and block them, you have to evade. Yeah, it was. The ballista was hitting the giant in the back and helping me out. Sorry, I know you just helped me, but I'm killing you now. Right, and we want to... There's a way you can lower that to do a jumping puzzle. I'm not going to bother because I'll die and it'll embarrass me and I don't like getting embarrassed. So we're going to roll down here instead. Oh, that's one of the badass giants there, I think. Nope, no. No, the badass giants I'm talking about... Ah, there. Yeah, the ones with 2 clubs. Can't defend against anything they do, so don't even try. Right, so... This has got the soul I need. Soul of a giant. So, I could just leave now. In fact, I think I'm probably going to. There's some more items I could pick up, but I think we're going to have to come back to this memory, because I need to speak to Benhart in this memory to make him appear for the fight against the Giant Lord. There's also another NPC you can earn for the fight, and we're going to go find him now as well. But you can only summon one for some reason in the fight. I don't know why. I don't know if that's as intended, or if it's a glitch. Right, so Benhart's still here. Yeah, that proves that I've missed a step, because he would vanish from here if that was the case. Right, well anyway, from the same bonfire we can reach another giant really easily. So we're going to do that, and we'll speak to another NPC. And if it turns out I haven't done, because I didn't summon Benhart in the Congregation boss fight, that I've now made it impossible for me to summon him for this boss fight, that's fine, because there's another NPC that I can try. And if you want to see Benhart being used in this particular boss fight I'm going to do, I used him in the video I did of killing every boss. So, although he died in it. And that was pre-patch too, so hopefully with his better defense now he won't die instantly, and it'll actually be a lot easier to get him to survive the fight and earn his sword and armour. Keeping in mind, his sword is a phony, so its stats are terrible compared to the real Moonlight Greatsword that you can get in New Game Plus. I can't remember how you get it, I just know that you can. So the other giant corpse we want is over here. We're going to have to kill one more hollow that stands up and chases this guy right here. There we go. And we're going to go straight into another giant memory. And I'm going to move a bit fast through this one, because if I'm going to not fast forward the NPC's dialogue, then it's going to leave me with very, very little time to run to where the dead giant is. This is probably the hardest one to get to, in my opinion. But we'll see, because my magic is doing a crap ton of damage now I'm using this staff, and I am really, really happy with my damage output now. I hope I picked the right one. We should be in a sort of mine shaft and everything will start shaking a little bit when I appear. Yes, this is the right one. Right, we've got 5 minutes. The memory of Vamar. And there's the NPC. He will teach you a gesture. Sorry, that's not the NPC. That's a corpse. This is the NPC. He will teach you a gesture. He's wearing the Dranlik set, by the way, so it's kind of his armour you inherit.
You are not one of
and he will also be a summoning sign for the boss. I'll be quiet now and let him talk.
You for a mercenary. Whoever you are, this is no battle to involve yourself in. Whether you are guided by bravery or brashness. This is no place for you. I am Drummond, and the Lord has placed this fort in my hands. Whoever you are, I forgive your trespass, but leave this place immediately. Just mention my name, and no man will challenge your exit. And even if you don't, by now, my men have not the will to resist. Soon, the giants will descend upon this fort. It is revenge for the kingdom's misguided barbarism. The venerable Lord built this kingdom to bring prosperity to his subjects. What has transformed him so, I cannot imagine. Long ago, the king crossed the seas, pillaged the land of giants, and brought back a prize. It was then that the golems materialized. The giants are no ordinary barbarians. A singular rage burns within their hearts. My father and his father both fought the giants on this very land. The giants have wills of steel. They cannot find it within themselves to forgive the misdeeds of our Lord. Did you see him? That towering monster among them. That is most certainly their king. He will be a thing to topple. Even if I should die trying.
My blade may break, my arrows fall wide, but my will shall never be broken. Those who live by the sword will die by it. And I, Drummond, won't go down without drawing mine. Be gone with you.
Okay, that's all his dialogue, basically. And we learned the final gesture, hurrah, so if I didn't have the... Well, I'm missing the dual one from the Blue Sentinels, but other than that, I think that would then give you the achievement / trophy for learning every gesture in the game. I've already got it on a different character, so it doesn't matter. Smooth silky stones for the crows, back in things betwixt, fine. I think we get attacked as soon as this door opens. Oh, or not. And he actually spoke for... Ah, that's what happens. He actually spoke for so very long. Uh-oh. Oh, he swung and missed. I really love that it only takes 3 soul arrow, great heavy soul arrows to kill a giant. That's really, really good. Yeah, as I was about to say, I forgot how much drumming goes on, so I don't think I'm going to make it to the giant in this area unless I start doing a little bit of running. I'm going to have to, because otherwise I'm going to miss it. Keep in mind though, I don't intend to fight Vendrick, because he's an optional boss and not part of the story. Really. I mean, I knew I said I was going to do all the optional bosses and the Covenant bosses as well, but you're going to be seeing this like literally just days before the PC release, and I kind of want to get into that. I haven't seen feedback at the point I'm recording this on whether the Faith build I pitched is of interest to people. I did a kind of dry run of the opening 20 minutes of the game as an unconventional Faith build, and I'm not going to go into more detail than that, but I was doing a test to see if my plan would work, and it seems to be able to work. What kind of plan is that? Well, for a start, being a Faith build but not starting as the Cleric. That sound interesting to you? How about not killing the giant as the first boss you kill in the playthrough? Oh right, there's pyromancers on the roof, I forgot! I've been too busy talking. Yeah, they have massive lock-on. I'm actually going to run past them because you can go up on the... Oh, he is unblockable. Ooh. I may have actually just got myself killed by taking my time. Oh wait, he can't fit in here. Ahaha! Oh wait, yeah, I'm about to run out of time. So unfortunately... plus their lock-on is so annoying, I'm probably going to get killed by them actually. Let's go over here instead. Ow. Oh, I actually died. Okay, fine. 10,000 souls, not a real issue. You run in the little house there and then up a long set of stairs, and then there's one more giant that you can't avoid. And the corpse is behind him for the soul of that area. Yeah, talking to Drummond wasted too much time, unfortunately. I could technically run back in and do it though, just to prove that I know where to go. I don't want to go. I mean, you can just jump straight back in if you get kicked out because the Ashen Mist Veil thinned. That's all you need to do. Yeah, let's do that. I'll quickly run back in and I'll get the Dragon Soul, because as I was saying, I kind of want to make sure that this playthrough is 30 parts. So there's a little bit of filler technically, but also if you're wanting to fight Vendrick, this is something you have to do, because otherwise the fight will take 20 years. So we won't talk to Drummond again, but in exhausting all that dialogue and him going on about his indomitable will, etc., that makes him be a summon for the boss fight. So if you don't care about using Benhart or don't want to use Benhart, you could use him instead. Thematically and lore-wise, I think you're supposed to use him, because he's using the armour that you find basically in the arena, like just after the Pursuer. So it makes the most sense to me that that's where he died, and in order to die there he would have had to have taken part in the fight. Still, there he's still sitting there. Oh, there is a giant there! I knew. Where the hell was he last time? Luckily he can't break that wall, but still. Get out of my way, giant. Basically, given the amount of power I have in my hands when I'm human anyway. No way, no, I'm not using the stuff that's affected by whether I'm human or not. Basically, just my raw level of power. The quickest way to do this is also the safest, in that just kill all the giants at range. Binocular sniping, they can't do a damn thing to you. Yep, this is going to be really, really easy. I shouldn't have tried to rush, although I was running out of time, so either way I was going to screw up last time. Let's get the soul spears out for this bit. Why? Because I don't want to get in the line of sight of the... Okay, that missed apparently, whatever. You can wait a little bit and see if the King's Guards can do anything, but really they're destined to die. I mean, you should know that by all the hollows running around Forest of Fallen Giants in the present era. They did not survive. 2 more for you. That's fine. You're done. There's a big nasty right at the end there, though. Could also use poison arrows, by the way. I think they might actually be able to outrange me, unfortunately. Oh, okay, we'll get rid of you. Oh, I didn't mean to aggro the big one. Oh, I aggroed the big one. Let's test the Soul Geyser. Oh, you're custom made to just die to Soul Geyser, aren't you? Right, if I can get rid of that last little giant, I don't need to bother with the pyromancers because I can just walk down the street. Hang on a minute, that's one of the pyromancers right there. He must have fallen off. Hey, Mr. Pyromancer, please don't throw fireballs at my face. Have you glitched as well? There hasn't been any kind of fixes or patches since I've last recorded as well, although there has been a couple of days gone by. You shouldn't be able to penetrate this. Yeah, up there is where the soul is. Oh, forgot about this chest. Just making sure that Pyromancer giant isn't going to drop down behind me, because that would be deadly. Blossom Kite Shield. That's the stamina. Oh, I can get my souls. That's the other good reason to come back. I probably will have enough for a level by the time I'm done in here. This is not the giant corpse you need, unfortunately. I think it's got too many arrows in it, so it doesn't count or something, but either way. We've got one more unblockable giant to deal with. Or run past, actually. It's perfectly acceptable to run past these guys because they're so tough, I think. Make sure I'm not facing. Yeah, I have to face at the last second so that full damage gets done. Yeah, these guys are just like... I really have high hopes for how much Crystal Soul Geyser is going to do against the boss. Right, don't lock on, now lock on. There we go. I really don't want to see how much damage he'll do if he lands a hit, though. Kill him. Kill him. Done. Right. There's the giant we need. I think there's actually an item around here. Yeah, there is. I'm glad I didn't instantly leave. Another Soul of a Great Hero. Fantastic. Right, now we'll leave the proper way rather than dying like noobs. So that's 2 memories down, although I'm going to pop back into the Benhart one now, just to see if he's there. If he isn't, so be it. I'll use Drummond for the boss fight. I think I've already screwed my chances of getting Benhart's gear anyway in this character, which is a shame because I haven't actually successfully done it on any character because he's so hard to keep alive. But on this character, he survived the fight with Throne Defender and Throne Watcher, and he survived the fight against Mirror Knight, or Looking Glass Knight, whatever. Did I summon him from any... I didn't summon him against the Congregation because I didn't realise. If I'd done that, I would have done the criteria as well. That's so annoying. What other boss fights can you summon him for? You can summon him for the final boss, but unfortunately you have to beat the Giant Lord to get the final boss. I think that's it. Yes, I think I've missed my chance. Unless he is now there when we go back. If he is, then fine. You don't have to do anything in the area, you can just talk to him and then leave. And that's the version of him you go back to get his gear off of him, because the version in your current timeline is too stubborn and will not give you it. But yeah, then after that, we'll go to the final dragon giant memory and tackle the boss. I could have sworn there was 4. I mean, I know there's 4 petrified giants, but you can't enter one of their memories, I don't think, for some reason. And I've already done the Seath the Scaleless one, or Duke's Dear Freya one, whatever you want to refer to him slash it as. So we'll just quickly pop through here. Now what ring am I going to replace with a fire defense ring? And will a fire defense ring really make much of a difference? It potentially might, you know. It potentially might. Hey Benhart, let's hope that you're in here. What is it with me filming while there's Ice Cream Van now? It never used to be that way, and you can fast forward these to get straight into the load now. Hopefully Benhart will be standing right in front, and if he is, then that means the trigger for him appearing was speaking to Drummond. But we'll see. He's still not there. Yeah, I've not done something. That's really weird. He should be standing right there against the wall. In fact, that's why there's like, this will be saying something about him. Or not. Okay, well, I've never actually seen Drummond as a summon. I don't know how he performs. He wasn't subject to any kind of buff in the patch calibrations, so he's either already good enough, or I don't know. I just don't know. So this is new territory for both of us. We're going to see what Drummond is like in the boss fight. Now, do I need to do anything first? Yeah, I need to spend levels. And I can also teleport straight to where that is anyway, because I unlocked the bonfire behind the king's door much earlier in the playthrough. So I wouldn't have to worry about equipping the king's ring again. Well, I say much earlier, I haven't had the king's ring for that long. But the boss, the giant lord or giant king, I forget what he's called, he is the first boss at his prime. He's really tall, he looks like a ring wraith. He's a bit of a badass. I love his design, but unfortunately you can't really enjoy it because you have to hug his feet, otherwise you get insta-killed. It's probably a boss I'll die to at least once. There's basically no two bones about it. I'm going to hold on to the soul of a great hero, but I'll burn these. Just in case I need to like upgrade some stuff afterwards. That'll do. Emerald Herald, where are you? There you are.
Bearer.
Pair of the curse, blah blah blah. Alright, where are we putting these into? Int is high enough. Attunement would probably need to get to 50. I'm just gonna... Oh, I have one level. I need to use one of the souls. God damn it. I'll get Int up a little bit. More stamina is not a bad thing. Did I say Int? I meant endurance. Do I have any other little souls? No, I'd have to just use that. Oh, screw it. 20 more grand. It's still only going to be one level, right? Yep. Okay, whatever. One more level into HP. More HP might mean I survive. I may have some items, consumables in my storage that up my fire defense as well. They would be super helpful. Having a 100% block shield would be massively helpful, but I don't have the stats to wield any, I don't think. They'll do. I'll take both of them because I'll probably have to do more than one attempt. And we will go back to this door. The place unbeknownst. And we will... Well, this is only, what, 27 minutes? If I die the first time, I'll probably have time to fit a few attempts in. I say a few attempts because this is very much a bullshit boss. It's just, especially as a mage. I mean, as a melee build, he does tons of damage, so as a mage, I really, really worry. But we will try our best. I think from a damage perspective, I'm going to be absolutely fine. It's just that he has what I've seen people referring to on the subreddit as phantom hits or phantom damage. It's when you get hit without being hit. Lots of stuff do it, and it's very, very annoying. Also, if you freed the assassin, you would have to fight him here because you get invaded. But still, this is the memory that matters. Win or lose, it will not take the full 5 minutes. That's for damn sure. In fact, the death would probably happen in 30 seconds. And I'll be able to tell almost instantly whether or not we have Benhart, because I remember where his summon sign is. Drummond's is very close by. So let's see who, if anyone, we have to help us in this fight. Because you can't summon players, by the way. You cannot summon players in the memories of giants. Which is a bit weird. That's Drummond's sign. Yeah, we don't have Benhart. I have seriously messed something up in Benhart's storyline. Without going out of my way to do his storyline, I always had his summon for this fight, and it appears here, basically where this message is. But I've never ever seen Drummond, so let's see how he fares using his Dran-like armor. And I mean, if history is to be believed, he dies here, and then we inherit his armor when we kill the pursuer. So the best bet is to run, but first we're going to chug one of those fire defense items. There's some giants, regular ones I mean, fighting... Oh, he's weak against fire as well, I think, but I'm going to be using my spell, so that's not really relevant. We'll open with a soul geyser, I guess. Alright, death number 1 coming. I don't mean to sound pessimistic, I just know that the boss itself, not too bad. It's the bullshit ballista that's firing. Look, those are the bullshit bit. Also, you've got to watch out for the statue, because it will roll at you, and it's an insta-kill if it touches you. Just run past the first 2 giants because the NPCs will... Oh, the NPCs go after me as well, I didn't actually realise. Oh, Drummond! I just got killed. Well, that was a bit embarrassing. If I hadn't been trying to Estus there, I would have been moving fast enough that the statue wouldn't hit me. I didn't realise that the human soldiers, and they're human at this point, not hollow, aggroed me. They shouldn't, but basic AI. So that was a self-fulfilling prophecy, I guess, that I messed up really early. I'm just debating whether or not there's any point to go human, but yes there is, because otherwise I can't get Drummond to help me. We're at the end of the game and I've got like 29 or something, 20 something effigies, so it's not really a big negative. Yeah. And I still can't remember if I ever went back to things betwixt to get the bonus 5 or 10 you get given by the Firekeeper Sisters. You get them after you get the King's Seal, I think, or after you beat the 4 old ones. So if I haven't done that, that's at least 5 more that I have access to. Still, I like how little damage Drummond took from the statue rolling into him. Assuming he has reasonable defense, that means he took about 1,000,000 of damage, and that was maybe like a 1/7 of his HP. So that must mean he has about 7,000 HP. Which is pretty impressive. Right, let's try that once more with feeling, shall we? I'm not going to burn through all 12 Estus win or lose, so there's no harm in using that rather than a life gem. Yes, load my inventory please. We'll use that. Right, usually I don't pay attention to the ballistae and I just run through and tank the damage, but I'm worried about how much a direct hit will do to me, so that's why I was actually like pausing. But in pausing, I let the giants catch up to me, I let the humans catch up to me. Let's do this the other way I'm used to. The statue's rolling in, so we're going to hide here and we're going to block. The giant lord has spawned. Because I was blocking, that did much less damage. I can't see his attacks! The fog is in the way! Right. So he's gone after Drummond. If I stay back, his bullshit phantom damage from his foot stomping shouldn't hit me. I just realised. Also, why am I using that when I have soul spears? Drummond is not doing well. He's coming after me now. Yeah, he is. Oh wait, no, he's not. He's stomping. Oh! Damn it! Drummond, go after him. He almost prodded me to death. Double Estus shot. Right. He's gone after Drummond. Almost. Went for a death poke, didn't work. Got him. Got him. Got him. Drummond got the kill actually. Nice one. You do well. You do better than old Benhart. New Benhart post-patch probably does well as well. So we get the Giant Lord's soul, and that's probably why he's so pissed off at us once he sees us later in the game. We also get the Giant's kinship. The Giant's kinship is all you need to unlock the end. We now have access to the final boss. We can now go end the game. Oh I want this item, I'm determined. I don't even care if I die at this point. Is there any other items here? I don't think there is. No. Oh, yes. Oh, a free fire seed. I didn't actually know that was there. That's a very hard to see item. And down here we have another dead giant. Yeah, I still don't... I like at the back of my head I've been saying to myself, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Why didn't I have the option for Benhart? I should have, even if I didn't bring him into the congregation fight. Because on my very first character I didn't do that either. I didn't know he was there. And I still got Benhart for the Giant Lord fight. Genuinely curious. So if you know, please let me know. What did I do or what didn't I do that meant Benhart wasn't there in the past? Because that makes no sense to me. Did the patch break something? That's another possibility I hadn't considered until just now. Oh, either way, also, Giant Lord gives a crap ton of souls. On New Game Plus onwards, he gives over 100 grand for a kill. So we'll go spend that. And yeah, we have access to the final fight. But as I was saying, I'm going to keep the final fight in a separate part because I want this to be around 30 parts. A nice even number, even though it's not, but oh, anyway, OCD demands that it be 30 parts, not 29. So I'm going to end here and we're going to do one final part. If you've been waiting for the PC version and you have still been watching this playthrough, now is the time to draw the line, I think. Save the last boss, save the ending for your own enjoyment when you earn it yourself. I have no problem with you skipping the next part. Yep, that'll do. And with that, I will say thank you for watching. The next part is going to be the last part of this playthrough, and then we will potentially be moving on to the PC version. I'm sure it's very close to release by the time you're hearing this. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Ta-ta for now.